Yo, what do you consider quality? What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today we're going to be talking all about quality. Basically, what does quality mean to you? We're talking about quality in blank t-shirts, quality in transfers, quality in print technology, and quality in manufacturing. Now, to start this video off, I'll say quality is a personal preference. Most don't agree with that, but for myself, this is how I see it. I might think something is of high quality. I might show the next person, and that person might have a different definition of what quality should be. And there's nothing wrong with that. Basically, in this video, I need you to understand that you need to figure out what you feel is quality, and that's what you need to offer to your customers. Now, for example, this hat that I'm wearing right here, I made this hat myself. This is an auto cap. This is the one that's made out of acrylic and wool. This is not the cotton poly blend. This is the one that's made out of like 85% acrylic and 15% wool. I embroidered this hat myself. I created the logo myself. I created my little Big Brando logo on the side myself. This to me is of quality to myself. Now, there might be some people out there that are like, I don't like acrylic hats. I don't like wool hats. I want a cotton poly blend. That's quality to me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Otto makes a cotton poly blend. They also make this acrylic hat. Why do I prefer the acrylic hat over the cotton poly blend hat? To me, it comes down to fit. It comes down to feel. It comes down to wearability. These are the things that I like to wear. These are the things that I like in a hat. So that's why I choose to use this hat. To me, this hat is of quality to what I want to sell to my customers. I stand behind this. I back this. I feel confident in offering something like this to my customers. Now, if I didn't feel confident in this and it didn't meet my standards of what quality is, then I wouldn't offer it to my customers. But once again, some people might like this hat. Some people might not. I like this hat because I have a big head. I wear a 7 5/8 fitted. This is what the snaps look like on the back of this hat, right? This is the side panel. This is a 6-panel structured snapback. There's the underbrim. This is what the bill looks like. This hat to me fits my big ass head, so that's why I choose to use this hat. To me, this hat is of quality to myself. Same goes for blank t-shirts. You guys hear me talk about a lot of the t-shirts that I like to use. Doesn't mean that's the only blank t-shirt on the market. That's just what I like. And what you need to figure out is, what do you want to offer to your customers? You don't just have to do what I do. You don't have to do what the next person does. You have to figure out what you want to offer your customers. Write it down. Figure it out. What is quality to you? Is it the way the shirt feels? Is it the way the shirt fits? Is it how long it is? Is it how wide it is? Where do the shoulders land? How long are the sleeves? Is the collar tight? Is the collar loose? These are things that you need to figure out for yourself. For myself, I got a fat neck. I like wearing t-shirts that have a pretty snug neck. Not to where it's choking me, but at the same exact time, I need it to not be like just like hanging down this low. That to me is the worst when it comes to buying t-shirts and the collar's all stretched out and it looks weird when it's being worn. For myself, that's a deal breaker for me. So I like to look for the blank t-shirts that have a good collar. Outside of having a good collar, I like t-shirts to be somewhat, not really heavyweight, but have a little bit of weight to them because I don't like my nipples showing through my t-shirts. I'm a pretty round guy. I don't need my titties on display when I'm wearing t-shirts. So I like my t-shirts to fit a little loose, but still have a little bit of weight to them. And I also don't like the cotton to feel like cardboard on my skin. So that's why I choose to use the t-shirts that I use. These things matter to me, and this is what I consider quality, but to the next person, it might be something totally different. They might feel that they need a heavyweight t-shirt. That heavyweight t-shirt is gonna tell them this right here is quality based on the weight of that shirt. Some people might feel like a ring spun cotton t-shirt, like that soft feeling t-shirt, or maybe even a cotton poly blend is right for them. That might be quality to that person because everybody wears t-shirts differently. Everybody isn't the same shape and size as myself. A lot of people don't like to wear their shirts the way that I like to wear them. So I'm very mindful of that, but I have to offer what I feel confident and comfortable in. Some people like their t-shirts to be a lot higher on the sleeves and they like them to be a lot tighter on the sleeves. For myself, I like them to land above the elbow. That's something that I like. There's people that are into the trendier cuts that want the sleeves to drop below the elbow. I get it. That's a look. Not for me, not for my customers. So figuring out what you like and what you consider quality is going to take a little bit of research. I know nobody likes doing the research part. I get it 100%. Nobody likes doing the boring stuff. But for me, that's one of the most important parts of this business, is doing the research to understand what you're offering your customers. If you're new to this business, it's going to be crazy overwhelming, because you're going to be like, all right, there's this brand over here. This content creator's talking about this brand. This guy's showing this brand. This guy uses this brand. Which one do I use? Because they're all different. They offer a bunch of different things and they all feel different, fit different. Everything is different about all of these different brands. Which one do you use? You're just going to have to start ordering a few for yourself and checking them out. This is what I call ordering samples. When I'm talking about samples, I'm not just talking about asking the company to give you some free stuff. I'm talking about ordering your size, the color you want to use, the models you want to check out. Test them out, wear them, wash them, see how they react, see how they fit, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. And then from there, you'll have a better understanding on what you like and what you don't like. I give this example all the time because when I first started on YouTube, a lot of people were asking me about what blank t-shirts I use. I used to use the All Style 1701 t-shirt, and I also used to use the Pro Club Heavyweight t-shirt. I used to run multiple brands on different branded t-shirts back then because they had different audiences. And when I said that, a lot of people didn't understand what that meant. I used to run a Los Angeles-based brand where the core of my audience was based in Los Angeles. The staple t-shirt here in Los Angeles is Pro Club. Everybody here knows what a Pro Club t-shirt is. They know how a Pro Club t-shirt fits. People buy Pro Club t-shirts to wear blank. Pro Club is a part of people's outfits. So by me printing on Pro Club and having the Pro Club tag in the shirt helped sell the shirt, because majority of that audience knew their size, knew how that shirt washed, fit, felt. It was a no-brainer. It actually helped the sell to say I print on Pro Club. But that was for that specific brand. For the other brands that I ran, I used All Style 1701 t-shirts. The reason I used those is because it was more of a softer feel, generic fit, more lightweight t-shirt. And it was also a fit that a lot of people were familiar with because a lot of the big popular sportswear brands back then, like Action Sports, printed on All Style back then too. So it was an easy thing to say, all right, you wear extra large in that brand, chances are they're using the All Style t-shirt, so this t-shirt's gonna fit you the same exact way. So when I would tell people this, they're like, you know what? I need that heavyweight shirt. Which one did you order? And I tell them it's a Pro Club t-shirt. This is their heavyweight shirt. These are the color offerings. This is where you order them. And then without testing them out, people would buy a ton of these Pro Club t-shirts, get them in, and then figure out the collar's too tight, it's cut weird, it's too heavyweight, they wash weird, and all of a sudden it's my fault because I recommended that. No, that's what my customers like. That's what my customers considered quality, so that's what I offered to those customers. So that's why I tell people, test the shit out. Order some in your size, wear them, wash them, wear them again, press on them, figure it out for yourself. For example, this t-shirt right here is a Smart Blank t-shirt that I'm wearing. This was me testing out this heather gray t-shirt from Smart Blank to see if I would actually want to use this shirt and offer this style shirt inside my store. For me, I don't like the way the collar is. The collar washes weird. This t-shirt's been washed a bunch of times. This is actually a 2X t-shirt that's been washed a bunch of times. I usually wear extra large, but I had to size up a little bit because it shrunk up a little weird. I wanted to press on it, see what it looked like, and just test the shirt out before I offer it. So within my testing phase, I was like, nah, I don't like the way this shirt washes. I don't feel comfortable offering that to my clients or to my customers, so I didn't go with this shirt. And what you see in my store is actually a Shockaware active t-shirt because the collar fits a little bit better. It doesn't shrink up as weird, but that's all part of the testing phase. If I just went and ordered a few dozen of the Smart Blank t-shirts and then I offered it to my customers washed it and be like, man, this shirt's weird, they might not come back and shop with me ever again. So I need to eliminate that part of the business because I need the returning customers. So I test out other blank t-shirts to see how they wash, how they hold up. So then that way, when a customer buys that t-shirt and they take it home, I know what it's going to do in the wash. I know what happens if they wash it in hot water and then dry it on the hottest setting. I know how far it's going to shrink up, what the print's going to look like, all of that good stuff. because I tested it myself before I offered it to the customers. And that's why I say, figure out what you think is quality, order some samples, and find exactly what you want to offer. The testing part, nobody likes doing. I get it, that part is boring, but it'll help you out in the long run. Same goes for transfers. A lot of you guys are starting to see DTF transfers everywhere, and that might be your introduction into pressing on t-shirts, is seeing DTF transfers. And then you have people that are like, I don't like the feel of DTF transfers. I don't like the way they look. I don't like the finished look. I don't like the process, whatever it is. There's tons of different transfers out there outside of DTF. You could do screen printed transfers with plastisol ink, screen printed transfers with water-based inks. You could do hybrid transfers. You could do puff transfers. You could do spot color transfers. There's a bunch of different transfers out there. Try them all out. Test them out, see what you like, see what you don't like, see what you can lay down. You're never gonna understand what's out there if you don't test a bunch of this stuff out. Before you place your order, before you offer it to the customers, understand that you need to test all of these things out before you offer it to your customers, to eliminate them saying, hey, I don't like the way this print looks, or I don't like the way this print feels, or this print came off in the wash. All of those things. Test out your settings, test out the ink formulas, test out how they hold up in the wash, all of that stuff. Most of these transfer companies will send you sample packs so you could test them out before you have to place an order. Some of them might make you pay for shipping, or if you go to a trade show, you can pick up sample packs from all of the transfer companies there, take them home, press them up, and you'll be good to go. But understand, not all transfers are the same, and understand that even myself, I have a hard time laying down certain transfers. And it's not the transfer's fault, it's the operator's fault. I just can't get my settings right to lay these transfers down correctly, so I don't use them. Does it mean it's a bad transfer? No, it just means that I can't lay them down. I need to be confident in what I'm offering to my customers. So I need to be able to lay the stuff down correctly to make sure it outlives the t-shirt. So if I can't lay it down, I'm not gonna offer it to my customers. Now, is transfers the only way to make t-shirts? No, it's not. You could get stuff DTG, that's direct to garment. That's where you send the t-shirt in to the printer and it prints directly onto the t-shirt. You could get stuff screen printed. You could do sublimation on polyester shirts. There's a lot of different ways to print on t-shirts. You could use heat transfer vinyl. You could use inkjet transfers if you wanted to. You could embroider directly on the shirts. You do whatever you want to do, but please do not skip the research and development part of the business. You testing stuff out to find out what works best for you, what you consider quality. Remember, what I consider quality might not be what you consider quality. I use Supacolor wearable transfers for everything retail. This is a Supacolor transfer right here. Everything in my retail store is pressed with Supacolor transfers. The reason I do that is because I am 1000% confident in that transfer. The quality of that transfer has not been matched by any other transfer company that I've tried. That's why I use them. Does that mean that's the only transfer company out there? No, that's just what I found to work for myself. A lot of people don't agree with the price, transfer size, finished feel of the transfer, all of that stuff. And that's fine because it's a personal preference. You have to use what you like to use. For myself, I stand behind Supacolor because I haven't found another transfer company that comes close to the quality that they offer, the durability that they offer, and the consistency that they offer. Now, you don't have to get in my comments and try to change my mind and be like, hey, try this company, try this company. You don't have to do all that. You use what you like to use. I use what I like to use because once again, we all have a different perception on what quality is. To me, Supacolor is a quality transfer. To me, AS Color is a quality blank t-shirt. That's what works for myself. You need to figure out what works for you, but it starts with understanding what you think quality is. Is it the way something feels? Is it the way something fits? Is it the way something washes? Is it the way something holds up? These are things that you have to figure out for yourself. I tried to lay out everything about what I do and what I feel is quality, but once again, this is just my opinion. This is my own perception on quality. You have to figure out what it is for you that you want to offer your customers and be 1000% confident in. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about in this video, and I'll do a quick little recap. I use Supacolor wearable transfers. That transfer to me top tier shit. I use Shockaware Active t-shirts, and I'm in the process of transitioning over to AS Color Block t-shirts. To me, the AS Color Block t-shirt is one of the best tubular t-shirts on the market. Collar fits good, cotton feels good, and the fit feels good for myself. Now, when it comes to blank hats, I use the Otto 6-panel snapback. But remember, this is the acrylic and the wool hat, not the cotton poly hat. Acrylic wool hat, 6-panel structured snapback, and I also use the AS Color stock cap and the frame cap. And when it comes to equipment, I use a Ricoma MT1501 embroidery machine to make hats like this. And I use my Heat Press Nation True Spec Heat Press and Signature Pro Heat Press to make shirts like this. All right, hopefully all of that laid out for you guys covers what I like and what I consider quality. This is quality equipment, quality blank t-shirts, quality transfers, quality headwear. Let me know what you think quality is in the comments. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments for me. Follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.